Here's a really cool automation that you can set up in your business, which is going to save you thousands of dollars, and it's going to reduce your subscriber churn rate. So if you have a subscription business, it'll allow you to reduce your subscriber churn rate and understand why people are leaving. It's going to reduce your dispute rates because it's going to basically automate customer support and make sure that people are getting answers to their questions promptly. You don't need to do any work, it'll do it all for you. And obviously, as a result, it's going to make sure that you're not going to lose your Stripe account or anything bad like that happen. And it's also, as a side bonus, you're going to receive a lot less emails. And all of this can be set up incredibly easily in like 10 minutes. And we're going to use this software, ChatIQ AI. The link is down below in the description to build this. This is my own software, and it's going to basically allow us to build some really cool automations to handle all of this. So first of all, we need to understand why people are leaving. What's happening in our business? What's causing this subscriber churn rate? And what I always say to people is, if you don't know what's happening, you don't know why people are leaving, the problem you have is you do not have enough data. You need to go out and you need to gather more data in your business and then use that data to make a decision. Because what's happening here, right? If we've got a high level of churn in our business, 30%, at this peak level is actually 39% churn. And this was me years ago, last year within my business. I can't actually draw, but you get the point. I had a huge churn rate in my business and I didn't understand why. And it turns out the problem with my business model was I didn't understand. I was a big question mark. I didn't understand why people were leaving, and I didn't understand what problems they had that were causing them to leave. And so obviously I have a subscription product, I have a software product. I needed to understand what people's questions were, how I could actually service them better. And what was happening was, over time, I was getting a lot of emails. I was getting hundreds of emails a day. You can see here, this is still my email account. I'm getting a lot of emails coming in. And I'm getting a lot of emails coming in because people have questions about my product. And realistically, I had no way of managing these questions, especially as a small business owner. If you're just starting out and you've got a high churn rate, you need to work out what the problem is, and you need to be talking to your customers, and you need to be gathering that data. So as a result of this, I ended up not responding to people. And if you don't respond to people, they will then dispute. If they've got a problem with your product and they want a refund, there's no way of prioritizing this, right? You've got your inbox, there's thousands of messages in here, you've got hundreds of customers emailing in, and there's no real way other than like basic filters within Gmail to organize all of this information and make sure that you're targeting and focusing on the right things. So I needed a way that would basically allow me to prioritize all of this data, know what is important, what's high priority, medium, and low priority. And then I needed a way of filtering this to understand, what is the category of all this information? Are people having problems with the app? Are people having problems with their account? Have they got suggestions for my product? Those sorts of things. So what I did is I ended up taking all of the data and all of the information from my website and from my products and understanding how to use it and turning it into an AI brain, building an AI knowledge base. And I have a video on the channel if you want to see how to do this, but we're going to be using ChatIQ to do this. Like I said, the link is in the description. You get a 2-week free trial, put in your card details. It's not going to charge you anything for 2 weeks. And you've got 2 weeks to play around and build your own AI knowledge base. And you can scrape your entire website. For example, all the blog pages, your sales pages. If you've got any training documents or video transcripts, upload the text from the video transcripts, FAQ pages, all of these things can now feed into that brain, which now means I can answer people's questions and I can work out why they're churning, because all of these questions that I was getting into my email account, I wasn't able to respond to, and I had no way of actually looking at all this data in a nice, easy to see way. So I thought, okay, well, what happens if we do this? First of all, we've got multiple types of requests. We'll turn all this information into a chatbot so people can talk to the chatbot. Now they can get answers to their questions instantly. So there's 2 types of requests that you get from your customers. 80% of it is just simple requests. These are problems that people have, such as, where's the refund policy, or how can I track my order? Those sorts of things. These are things that really don't require us to spend much time thinking about and aren't really going to move the needle in our business. They're not going to reduce our churn rate or our dispute rate. It's the complex issues that we really need to handle. So imagine this essentially as a gatekeeper. What's happening here is all of this data beforehand, all of these questions coming from these customers were going directly to my inbox. Now I have a chatbot which is filtering out this data into simple and complex issues. And then it's going to categorize and prioritize all of that information. And I'll show you what this looks like within the dashboard. So If we come into Chat IQ, we can actually upload all the data here. So we've got all this data here. We've got 153,000 words about Chat IQ. We can come here and we can look at the PDFs. So I've got some PDFs. I've got some FAQs uploaded. This is a blog post. I've got so these here, all these texts are video transcripts. So I just copied the text from the transcript and uploaded those. And then I built a chatbot. So this is the chatbot that I built. And let me just refresh this page. And we'll go back to the main chatbot. So this is the chatbot that I built, and it's trained on all of this data. So all of this data basically is this stuff here. Okay, so now I have a chatbot which is able to answer users' questions. Cool. Now I'm able to gather data, gather information. I can work out what questions people are asking my chatbots. If I click on the chat history, you can see here, this is like in the last week. What are people talking? What are people asking my chatbot? This is a live conversation that's happening on my website at the moment. What are the max amount of tokens you can reply with? And this isn't uploaded yet because it hasn't responded to that person yet. You can see here, this is another conversation. If I have a cafe, how can I help? How can Chat IQ help me if I have it on my website? So somebody has a cafe, they want to see how they can use it on their website. Cool. A lot of people asking, okay, what's the refund policy? So these are common questions that I would typically get. And you get a lot of people asking the same question over and over again, because if I show you the website, you can set up these prompt questions. So if there's a lot of common questions you're getting to your inbox that's going to help people understand your product, then you can just put this here and they can get instant answers to the questions that they have directly on your website at any time of the day or night. So what happens now is your churn rate starts to decrease. You see a drop in your churn rate, and the reason for this is because people are now able to understand your product. They're able to get answers to their questions. Think about it. Why is somebody leaving your business? Why is somebody no longer being a customer? Because they're not getting the service that they signed up for. And if they're not getting the service they signed up for, they will leave. So you need a way of managing this and making sure that they're getting the answers to their questions instantly. But also you need to make sure that we're handling things like disputes, right? We want to make sure that people who aren't able to get the information they want from our business are able to get the support that they need. And if they're just dumping all of this into one email account, that's not going to work for us, especially as we scale. We need a solution that works for us at scale. So here we go. So once it's prioritized that, it's now going to allow me as a human to deal with those support tickets. So now, for example, I'll show you this example here. On the website, somebody said, if we say here, I have a cafe, how can Chat IQ help me? If I say, actually, let's just do, how can I get a refund? The AI is going to, first of all, it's going to respond incredibly quickly. It understands here that this customer needs help. This customer needs human support, and it's going to give them the contact details, but it's also going to allow them to submit a support ticket. So I can now categorize this information so that customer says, well, this is an account level issue, or they're missing a feature, or they have a bug. And as a business, you can customize this information here. You can make sure this is tailored for your specific business. When they submit that information, if we go into the ticketing section within Chat IQ, we can look here at the main chatbot. And this is just some sample data that I filled in, but you can see here, this is one customer who submitted 2 tickets. The average response time to deal with that support ticket is 4 minutes, and this person's asking they want a refund. But I can also do this. I can look at different categories. So most of them are account level issues. Some people have a bug in their account. This is, again, some test data I put in, but I had just signed up to Chat IQ. I don't know how to delete the data from my data feed. Please help. But here's the really cool thing, because now what we're trying to do is we're trying to reduce the amount of churn in our business, right? And to reduce the amount of churn, especially if you've got a product that people use, they're going to need to be able to understand how to use your product. But let's say they submitted a support ticket and you've got a customer service rep who wants to respond to that support ticket. Rather than having to then just type out a long, lengthy reply, they can just do this. So the way this works, if we, no, I can't spell, is we can actually tell the AI to respond to this customer. So if we just click this, it's going to generate us an email. But more importantly than just writing us a random email, it's going to use the data that our chatbot's trained on. So again, if we come back down here, all of this data from our website, our blog post, all of this video transcripts are, plugged into this brain, plugged into this chatbot. And the email support ticketing response, we can either respond to it just email, do it ourselves, or we can let the AI do it. And this AI has access to the same brain, right? This brain is this brain. I hope this is making sense to you guys. And now we can see here, thank you for reaching out to us for assistance with deleting data in your data feed. We understand the importance of managing data effectively. 1, log into your account. 2, navigate to the data feed. 3, select the specific data you want to delete. 4, click on the delete option or the bin icon to remove the selected data from your feed. Let's just see if that works. 1, log into our account. Cool. 2, head to our data feed. 3, select the data. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we can delete that data. So it's able to understand how the software works. It's got all of the training information on how the software works. So basically, a human doesn't need to do anything in this process. The only thing a human needs to do is come in and just verify that that information is correct and then hand off that support ticket and make sure it's been responded to. So I can't remember which one I did. So this one here, now I can actually send that email. I can also, by the way, see the chat history, the conversation someone's had with our chatbot. I can then send that via Gmail, and it's going to open up the default Gmail account that I'm logged into in Chrome. So as long as you're logged into your company account, come over here, fill out my name, and then send the email. That is it. We're done. That support ticket has now been handled, and that is one happy customer. Our churn rate is going to be reduced. We're going to have less people coming into our emails. We're going to have a lot less customers getting angry and disputing payments, and we're just going to have a much more successful business. And the best part is this entire process is automated. And like I said at the beginning, we are gathering data. We now have access to information. We can look at the conversational history that people are having with our chatbots, and we can see what is the most common questions they're having? What type of problems are they having with our products? And then we can use that information to make an informed decision. We can also have a look at our support tickets and we can see what sort of questions people have. Is it mostly a bug they have with the account, or is it account level issues? What is causing the problems in our business? And we can then use that to make informed decisions with scaling our business. So if you want to set one of these up, it's called Chat IQ, my software. It's the link down below in the description. You can get started for free. You have a 2-week free trial. Just click this button here, and you'll be able to build your own custom chatbots. Put in your credit card details. You have 2 weeks for free. Won't charge you anything for the first 2 weeks. Then after that, it's $30 a month. Yeah, if you've got any other questions, let me know in the comments.